Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video day. And yesterday, the Seattle Seahawks beat the New England Patriots 23-20. Great win by the Seattle Seahawks in overtime. Great game for Geno Smith. Great game for DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith-Jigba. We'll get into both of those guys. And I was still impressed with the Patriots in this game, to be honest. I really liked what I saw from some of their players in this game. Mondre Stevenson looked good. Antonio Gibson looked good. Hunter Henry looked good. And even Jalen Polk got his first touchdown. Honestly, this defense, I still, in my opinion, think is good. I mean, I know they had a really tough time in this ball game dealing with DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith-Jigba, but let's not act like that's an easy matchup for defenses. I mean, I want to look at Dallas. Look at the Dallas Cowboys defense last year, going up against the Seahawks last year, had a terrible time dealing with DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith-Jigba. If you guys remember it was Thursday night football game last year. Both of those guys went off like crazy. And I think you're going to see multiple games like that this year, not including this game, where both of them have games like that, just absolutely killing it for the Seattle Seahawks. So, even for good defenses, it's a really hard matchup dealing with both DK Metcalf and Jackson Smith-Jigba, and also having to deal with guys like Tyler Lockett and also Kenneth Walker. I know he wasn't playing in this game. You also have Noah Fant at tight end. Really the only question in this offense is quarterback. And in these first couple games, with Geno Smith, the way he's been playing football, really doesn't look like you have to have a question of, who's at the quarterback position, because he's looked great. All right, let's go over this game. 23-20 win for the Seattle Seahawks. Scoring summary: the Patriots started this off getting on the board with a 5-yard touchdown pass to Jalen Polk. The rookie wide receiver Jacoby Brissett made the touchdown pass 7-0. Then Geno Smith had a 56-yard touchdown pass to DK Metcalf. I'm going to be honest, DK Metcalf had a great game, but I was not expecting that from him. Not because of the struggles we saw last week. Just because someone has a week 1 struggle, I'm not going to expect them to do that again in week 2. Another star wide receiver had a week 1 struggle, Monroe St. Brown. I was really expecting him to have a big week, and he did. But with DK, it was more of what the matchup was. Christian Gonzalez, really tough cornerback to go up against, and DK Metcalf definitely won that battle. And it was a great game for DK. Started off with a 56-yard touchdown reception. Geno Smith with the touchdown pass, 7-7. Then in the second quarter, Joey Sly, who's looked pretty solid to start off the season, hits a 29-yarder, 10-7. And then Zach Charbonnet with a 1-yard touchdown run. It's 14-10. And Joey Sly with another field goal from 28 yards. These are the possessions for the New England Patriots that you really can't get back. And it's the 28-yard and 29-yard field goals that the New England Patriots are getting, having a really tough time getting into the end zone at the 10-yard line area. Patriots, at the 11-yard line on the second field goal, at the 12-yard line in the first field goal. So I know it's not a guarantee that every time you're going to score a touchdown when you're at the 10-yard line. For that to happen twice, though, that is disappointing. And if the Patriots score 1 touchdown in those 2 opportunities where they were, inside the 15-yard line, and those 2 opportunities in the second quarter, they win this game. So you definitely, want to get those drives back and turn them into touchdowns. But that was the really only thing I think I could find as a bad thing for this Patriots offense today. But yeah, Joey Sly with 2 field goals in the second quarter was 14-13 with 2 minutes and 31 seconds. But then the 2-minute offense cannot get it done because in a drive for the Seahawks, 35-second drive, by the way, because the Patriots got the football back again in that second quarter. After the Patriots made the 28-yarder to make it 14-13, the Patriots defense stopped the Seahawks, but then Seattle stopped New England again, And Seattle got the ball back with 35 seconds left, went 26 yards, set Jason Myers up with a 44-yard field goal, and made it 17-13. But then Ramondre Stevenson with a 1-yard touchdown run to make it 20-17. Jason Myers, but then ties the ball game up in the fourth quarter with 55 seconds left, 38-yarder, 20-20, and that sends us to overtime. Patriots, get the ball off to start off overtime. They can't score. They have to punt. Jason Myers knocks in a 31-yard field goal for the win, 23-20. All right, game leaders, Geno Smith in passing yards, 33 for 44 with 327 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown. They only had 2 touchdowns in this game. One was a rush, one was a pass. Jacoby Brissett, 15 for 27, 149 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown. I mean, I know the yards weren't there for Jacoby, but it was a big run game for them with Antonio Gibson and Stevenson. Charbonnet, though, 14 carries, 38 rushing yards, 1 touchdown, replacing the injured Ken Walker. Antonio Gibson had 11 carries for 96 rushing yards. DK Metcalf had 10 receptions for 129 receiving yards, 1 receiving touchdown. And I would probably say, unless something happens in the Eagles game tonight, the tight end of the week, probably. I mean, I think that was the most. I could be wrong, but I think that was the most yards by a tight end this week. Pretty sure. Hunter Henry, 8 receptions for 109 receiving yards. So great game for Hunter Henry. And then going back to the Patriots' run game that I've talked about, it was dominant in this game. 21 carries for Stevenson, 81 rushing yards. He had 21 carries, 81 rushing yards, 1 touchdown. Jacoby Brissett had 6 rushing yards. Patriots rushing in general had 185 rushing yards with 1 touchdown. So you don't need Brissett to do much when he's you don't need him to do much when the rush game is as good as it was in this game. Going up against a pretty decent defense, the Seahawks, getting at 185. So great day for the run attack for the New England Patriots. But on the receiving end, outside of Hunter Henry, there wasn't much. Jalen Polk had 2 receptions for 12 receiving yards and a touchdown. Stevenson had 9 receiving yards. KJ Osborne had 7. Gibson had 7. Austin Hooper had 5. Not much. Now, Seattle's end, though, Jackson Smith-Jigba, 12 receptions, 117 receiving yards. Zach Charbonnet, 5 receptions for 31 receiving yards. Tyler Lockett, 2 receptions for 15 receiving yards. Noah Fant had 1 reception for 14 receiving yards. All right, fumbles in this game. Stevenson did fumble, but it was recovered by an offensive lineman. Now, Patriots defensive stats, or both teams' defensive stats, Kyle Duggar led the Patriots in tackles with 9, 1 sack, 3 tackles for loss. Rashawn Jenkins led the Seahawks in tackles with 9, 3 sacks for the Seahawks, a half a sack for the cornerback, Byron Murphy the second, 1.5 sacks for Leonard Williams. Byron Murphy the second is the defensive lineman from the Texas Longhorns. I can't believe I just did that because I am a Longhorns fan. I was thinking about the cornerback in Minnesota, so that is my bad. There is a cornerback in Minnesota who has a similar name. I think it's something Murphy. So Byron Murphy the second, the defensive lineman with a half a sack. Then Leonard Williams had 1.5, and the other sack went to Bowie Maffei. 3 sacks for the Patriots, 1.5 sacks for Keon White, half a sack for Daniel Acule, and the other sack went to Kyle Duggar. All right, no interception in this ball game, so that really wraps up this ball game. Look, if you ask me, I think both teams did a great job in this game. Patriots' run offense looked amazing, and Jacoby Brissett looked good when he threw the ball. It wasn't often, but he had great chemistry with Jalen Polk and Hunter Henry in this game. But if you see Hunter Henry and Stevenson and Gibson play like that, you're gonna see this Patriots team win more games, especially when their defense is not having to go up against guys like DK Metcalf, Jackson Smith-Jigba, and Tyler Lockett as the wide receiver core. If you ask me, I think that's one of one of the best wide receiver trios in the NFL, probably top 3. So let me know your thoughts on the Seahawks getting the win 23-20 in overtime in the comment section, and peace out.